4.5 billion years ago, Earth was not a blue and green world filled with life. It was a barren planet. Volcanoes raged, oceans boiled, lightning split the skies. Yet within this hostile landscape, something extraordinary happened. Simple chemistry gave birth to biology. The origin of life is one of the greatest scientific mysteries of all time. How did molecules of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen assemble into cells capable of growth and reproduction? How did chemistry become biology? Scientists across disciplines, from chemistry and geology to molecular biology and astronomy, have worked to answer this question. In this documentary, we will explore the conditions of early Earth, the experiments that revealed how life's building blocks could emerge, and the leading theories that explain the first spark of biology. This is the story of our beginnings, the story of how lifeless matter became alive. To understand how life began, we must travel back billions of years to the young Earth. The planet formed about 4.5 billion years ago from dust and gas left over after the birth of the sun. Collisions of asteroids and comets delivered water, minerals, and organic compounds. Volcanoes released gases into the atmosphere, creating a mix of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, water vapor, methane, and ammonia. There was no oxygen to breathe. The seas were hot, the skies were violent, and radiation from the young sun was intense. Yet these conditions created a natural laboratory for chemical reactions. The stage was set. The raw ingredients of life were present. The question was, how could simple atoms assemble into molecules that could copy themselves, evolve, and eventually form cells? Life is built on a handful of molecules: proteins made from amino acids, DNA and RNA made from nucleotides, fats and lipids that form membranes, sugars that provide energy and structure. In the 1950s, scientists Stanley Miller and Harold Urey tested how these molecules might form. They built an experiment that simulated early Earth's atmosphere. They circulated gases like methane, ammonia, and water vapor, then added sparks of electricity to mimic lightning. After a week, they discovered that amino acids, the basic units of proteins, had formed spontaneously. The experiment showed that under the right conditions, simple chemistry could generate the building blocks of life. Later experiments confirmed that nucleotides, sugars, and lipids could also form naturally. These molecules have even been found on meteorites, suggesting the seeds of life may be widespread in the universe. The ingredients were there. The next step was assembling them into something greater. For life to exist, molecules must not only form, they must copy themselves. One of the leading theories is the RNA world hypothesis. RNA, a close chemical cousin of DNA, can both store information and act like an enzyme to drive reactions. Scientists believe RNA may have been the first self-replicating molecule. In laboratory experiments, researchers have created short strands of RNA that copy parts of themselves. Though not yet fully self-sustaining, these findings suggest that once RNA appeared, it could have started a cycle of replication and evolution. This step was crucial. Once molecules could make imperfect copies, natural selection could act. Variations that survived better in the environment would spread. From chemistry came the first hints of Darwinian evolution. Molecules alone are not enough. Life requires boundaries. Modern cells are wrapped in membranes made of lipids, fatty molecules that form sheets and bubbles in water. These simple structures can spontaneously assemble, enclosing other molecules inside. Experiments show that fatty acids, which may have existed on early Earth or arrived by comet impacts, can form bubbles that grow, divide, and even trap RNA inside. These primitive compartments, called protocells, may have been the first step toward living cells. With membranes, molecules were no longer scattered randomly. They were concentrated, protected, and able to interact. Inside these microscopic bubbles, chemistry gained stability, setting the stage for biology. Life also requires energy. On early Earth, energy sources were abundant but chaotic. Lightning, ultraviolet light, geothermal vents, and chemical reactions in the oceans all provided fuel. One compelling idea is that life may have started near hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. These vents release hot, mineral-rich fluids that create natural chemical gradients. In these environments, molecules could harness energy to drive reactions. Today, bacteria still thrive near such vents, living off chemistry rather than sunlight. This suggests that early life may have begun in similar conditions, powered by geochemical energy before photosynthesis evolved. The rise of metabolism was a turning point. It allowed protocells to use energy, repair themselves, and grow. The pieces were coming together. Molecules that could replicate, membranes that provided structure, energy that fueled reactions. At some point, these elements combined into the first true cells. They may have been simple, lacking DNA or complex proteins, but they could reproduce, adapt, and evolve. Over millions of years, competition and mutation shaped these primitive organisms. Eventually, DNA replaced RNA as the main genetic molecule, offering greater stability. Proteins evolved as efficient enzymes. Membranes became more complex. These changes gave rise to the last universal common ancestor, the ancestor of all life on Earth. From bacteria to humans, every living thing traces its lineage back to this ancient organism. Our understanding of life's origins comes not only from experiments but also from studying modern organisms. Some microbes today use ancient pathways that may resemble those of the first life. Ribozymes, RNA molecules with enzymatic activity, provide a glimpse into the RNA world. Membranes made of simple lipids can still function in laboratory protocells. Space exploration also adds clues. Organic molecules have been found on Mars, on comets, and in the atmospheres of distant planets. These discoveries suggest that the chemistry of life is not unique to Earth. The universe may be filled with the ingredients of biology. Studying life's origins is more than looking back. It is also about searching forward, exploring where life might exist beyond Earth. Why does the origin of life matter? First, it reveals our shared history. Every human, every tree, every animal, and every microbe comes from the same ancient spark. We are all connected by chemistry. Second, it shows that life is not magic. It is the result of natural processes, governed by physics and chemistry, unfolding over vast timescales. Finally, it inspires us to search the cosmos. If life could arise on Earth, it may also arise elsewhere, perhaps on Mars, beneath the ice of Europa, or on distant exoplanets. The question is not only how life began here, but whether it exists across the universe. The story of life's origin is not fully solved. Scientists continue to test new ideas, from RNA experiments to hydrothermal vent chemistry. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding how lifeless molecules assembled into living cells. But one truth is clear. We are the children of chemistry. From the chaos of early Earth, from sparks of lightning and minerals in the ocean, life emerged. It grew, evolved, and gave rise to the endless diversity we see today. The mystery of life's origin is the mystery of ourselves. By exploring it, we honor the improbable journey that made us possible. This is how chemistry became biology. This is the hidden universe revealed. If you enjoyed this exploration, subscribe for more journeys into science, discovery, and the origins of life.